With your design documents and references ready, you can start building. But first, a quick note on staying organized. Even small projects can get messy fast without it. There are many tools for this, and one I personally like is Trello. Trello is an online tool used to organize and manage projects, and it also helps with collaboration. You'll need to create an account, but the basic version is free. Let me show you a sample workspace I set up for this project so you can see how to structure something similar. We're now inside Trello. It runs in the browser, and I won't go through every detail since this isn't a full tutorial. I've created a workspace for this project called Game Design Course, and inside it I set up a few boards for the different parts of the project. I've organized it into 4 main categories: 3D assets, audio, scripting, and UI. In the 3D assets section, I've broken the workflow into key steps. Each asset has its own card under those steps. For example, this falling block card contains extra details about that specific asset. In the description, I've added notes about what's needed, like size and any required behavior. I've also attached a reference image to guide the artist with the intended look. I've marked it as in progress to show that I'm currently working on the concept phase for this asset. Once I'm ready for the next stage, I can just drag the card over to track progress. This is especially helpful in team projects where tasks can be assigned and managed across different people. That said, most learners here will likely be working solo for now. Even so, Trello is still very useful for personal organization too. And there's no single correct way to set up a board. It really depends on your project and team needs. For instance, in the scripting section, I've used a different setup with lists like to do, in progress, and complete, along with all the scripts I planned out in my asset list. As I work, I simply move tasks into in progress and then into the next stages when they're done. Just to be clear, you don't have to use Trello for this or any other project unless your team requires it. I'm only showing it as one optional way to stay organized, and we won't be focusing on it much for the rest of the course. Having some kind of organizational tool in the background can still be really helpful, but again, it's completely optional. If it doesn't suit your workflow, you don't need to use it. That wraps up the pre-production and planning section. It's one of the shorter parts of the course, but that doesn't mean we're rushing through anything. When I was creating this course, I spent several days just on pre-production, even for a simple project like the one we're building. It might sound repetitive, but don't cut corners on the planning stage. It will make the actual level building process much smoother. With that said, we're now ready to move into the prototyping phase. In the next video, we'll finally start working inside Unreal.